Hello and welcome back to our channel, World Enthusiast. In this video, we will be discussing the top 5 worst countries to live in. We have analyzed multiple factors such as safety, healthcare, education, and overall quality of life to bring you this list. Before we dive into these countries, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon for more engaging content. Yemen's humanitarian crisis has been further exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. The virus has spread rapidly throughout the country, overwhelming an already fragile healthcare system. Since the conflict began, more than 4 million people have been displaced, with many living in overcrowded and unsanitary conditions that make social distancing impossible. As a result, the virus has spread rapidly, and the death toll continues to rise. The pandemic has also exacerbated food insecurity, with an estimated 20 million Yemenis facing severe hunger. The lack of access to clean water and sanitation facilities has also contributed to the spread of preventable diseases like cholera and dengue fever. Despite the efforts of aid organizations, the situation in Yemen remains dire, and the international community must do more to address this ongoing crisis. Moving on to Afghanistan, it is evident that the country is still struggling to cope up with conflicts even after several decades of instability. With a high number of civilians being killed year after year, Afghanistan has one of the lowest life expectancies in the world, primarily due to violence and lack of basic healthcare facilities. Apart from this, the high infant mortality rate is also a significant concern among the Afghani people. Most of the population resides in rural areas where hospitals, clinics, and basic medicines are not readily available, making it difficult for people to find necessary medical aid when required. Moreover, even if healthcare was to reach the people, not being able to read or write makes it challenging for them to understand it. The country has an elementary, outdated education system, and a majority of Afghanistan's population are illiterate, leaving them with limited opportunities to learn and grow. The education sector requires fundamental and strategic changes that allow the country's residents to receive the knowledge and experience they need to improve their day-to-day lives. Somalia is known for being a failed state, but the situation is worse than just lack of governance. The country is plagued with a plethora of issues ranging from high crime rates to poverty and disease. Without a stable government, lawlessness reigns supreme, leading to a rise in crime rates. The absence of basic healthcare and sanitation services exacerbates health problems in the country, leading to the spread of fatal diseases. To add to this, Somalia is currently facing a severe drought, making it difficult for people to access water and food. This not only causes further starvation and malnutrition, but also leads to waterborne illnesses, further deepening the health crisis in the country. These issues make the future of Somalia look bleak, and immediate aid and intervention are necessary to alleviate the suffering of its people. Syria has been torn apart by a long-drawn civil war, making it one of the most dangerous countries to live in. The conflict has directly affected the lives of Syrians, with mass displacement and an increase in the number of refugees. The intensity of the conflict has left few areas untouched, and millions of people have fled to escape the fighting. The majority of these refugees have moved to neighboring countries, creating a humanitarian crisis that is yet to be resolved. In addition to the displacement of people, access to healthcare and education has also been significantly impacted. The country now faces severe shortages of trained medical professionals, and many hospitals and clinics have been either destroyed or shut down. The educational system is also in shambles, with a large number of schools either not functioning or used as shelters. The country's human rights record has also taken a severe hit, with multiple reports of torture, forced disappearances, and extrajudicial killings. The situation in Syria is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of war and the urgent need for peace and stability. Finally, we have Venezuela, which has been grappling with a severe economic crisis for several years. Hyperinflation has not only rendered the currency virtually worthless, it has also led to a breakdown of supply and basic services. This means that essential commodities like food, medicine, and even water are either in scarce supply or completely unavailable. The average Venezuelan has to spend hours every day standing in lines, hoping to purchase a few basic necessities that are not even guaranteed to be available. The country's healthcare system has also collapsed, leading to the outbreak of diseases that had been eradicated elsewhere in the world. Furthermore, political unrest has reached unprecedented levels, with the government cracking down on opposition leaders and their supporters. The result has been a spike in crime and violence, with many ordinary citizens left feeling helpless and vulnerable. The tragedy of Venezuela's economic and political woes continues to unfold, with no clear end in sight. It is important to acknowledge that the conditions in these worst countries to live in are not solely based on the factors we have mentioned in this video. There are a multitude of complex social, economic, and political issues that contribute to the challenges faced by individuals living in these countries. We must also recognize that these issues impact real people who are often trapped in cycles of poverty, violence, and oppression. While it can be easy to look at these countries from a distance and judge them based on their struggles, it is important to approach these issues with empathy and a desire to understand and support those who are affected. As global citizens, it is up to us to educate ourselves on these issues and advocate for positive change. Please share your thoughts and ideas on how we can work towards a more just and equitable world. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this information useful, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Also, stay tuned for more engaging content on our channel World Enthusiast. See you in the next video.